Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast. Today we are going to discuss the Free Nutritious Meals Program or MEG. This program aims to improve children's nutrition and support their learning. However, there are also concerns about its budget and implementation. Today, I'm joined by two speakers, Amira and Najwa. Hello, how are you?
Hello everyone, I'm happy to be here. I think MBG is an important program because it is related to improving the quality of Indonesia's younger generation.
Hello everyone, thank you for inviting me. I support the goal of MBG, but I think there are still some issues that need to be discussed so the program can run more effectively.
First, Amira, could you explain what MBG actually is?
Of course, the Free Nutritious Meals Program or MBG is a government program that provides nutritious meals for students and several other target groups. The main purpose is not simply to provide free food, but to make sure children receive enough balanced nutrition. This can support their physical growth, brain development, health, and learning ability. The meals should contain balanced nutrition such as carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, mineral, vegetable, and fruits.
Najwa, do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree. However, maintaining nutritional standard for a very large number of recipients is not easy. The government needs to make sure that the food has good quality and meet health and food safety standards.
Now, let's talk about the benefits, Amira. What do you think is the biggest benefit of MBG?
In my opinion, one of the biggest benefits is helping students concentrate better during lesson. Some children may go to school without breakfast or may not receive enough nutritious food at home. By providing nutritious meal at school, they can get enough energy to participate in the learning process. MBG can also help address nutritional problems that are still challenges in Indonesia. The benefits are not only short term. If children receive enough nutrition from an early age, it can support their health and development in the long term. Healthy children can also grow into a healthier and more productive generation.
Najwa, is there anything that needs to be considered?
Yes, I agree with those benefits, but the food must truly be nutrition, safe to eat and distribution one time. If these things are not maintained, the goal of the program may not be achieved properly.
Now, let's discuss the criticism. Some people think MBG requires a very large budget. Najwa, what do you think?
I think that Concord is understandable. Since a large amount of money is being used for this program, people naturally want to know whether the money is being used effectively. Some people also argue that the budget could be used to improve school facilities, such as classroom, laboratorium, and libraries, or to improve teacher welfare.
Amira, what is your response?
I understand that concern. However, I don't think nutrition salah. Ulang. 1, 2, 3. I understand that concern. However, I don't think nutrition and education should be compared because they are connected. Even a school with a good facilities will not be fully effective if students are hungry or lack proper nutrition. So, in my opinion, providing nutritious meals is also a form of investment in education.
I agree with Amira. However, the government still needs to make sure that the budget is used transparently, effectively, and for the right purpose.
Besides the budget, what is one of the biggest challenge in implementing MBG?
In my opinion, one of the biggest challenges in distribution. Indonesia, a very large country with diverse geographical conditions, delivering meals to urban areas is different from delivering them to remote areas. The meals also need to arrive in good condition and be safe to eat. Another important challenge is food safety. Since the meals are prepared in large quantities, every process needs to be carefully monitored.
I agree, the quality of the ingredients is also very important. The ingredients should be fresh and safe. The cooking, storage, packaging, distributions process also need to follow proper hygiene standards.
So, is super is supervision one of the keys to the success of MBG?
Exactly. Supervision should be carried out from the selection of ingredients, cooking, packaging, and delivery until the food is rationed and consumed by students.
Besides nutrition, can MBG also have an impact on the local economy?
Yes, I think it can. If the ingredients are purchased from local farmer, fishermen, livestock breeders, or small business, the program will not only benefit students, it can also help increase people's income and support their local economy.
I agree. However, the selection of suppliers should be fair and transparent. Local business should have equal opportunities to participate in the program. If small local businesses are involved, I think the benefits of MBG can reach more people.
Is the success of MBG entirely the government responsibility?
No, it is not. Schools also have an important role. Schools need to make sure that meals are distributed properly and that cleanliness is maintained during meals times. Schools can also educate students about the importance of eating nutritious and healthy food.
Parents also have an important role. LVG does not mean that the government is completely responsible for children's nutritional needs. Parents still need to provide healthy food at home and teach their children about balanced eating habits.
So, the success of MBG requires cooperation from many groups.
Exactly. The government, school parents, students, and the community all have roles to play.
If you could give advice to the government, what would you suggest?
I hope the government continues to improve the quality of the meals. The menu should also be varied so students do not get bored with the food. Local food ingredients can also be used more often as long as they meet nutritional requirements.
My suggestion is that the government should conduct regular evaluation and ensure transparency. People should be able to know how the program is being implemented, how the budget is being used, and how food quality is being monitored. That's why the public can also help monitor the program and provide feedback when there are problems.
Alright, from today's discussion, we can conclude that the free nutritious meals program has a goal for first. It aims to help fulfill children's nutritional needs and support the learning process. However, the program also has challenges including budget management, distribution, food quality, food safety, and supervision. The success of MBG does to depend only on the government. It also requires cooperation between school, parents, students, and the community. Thank you, Amira and Najwa, for giving opinions today.
Okay, thank you. I hope the MBG program continues to improve so that more people can benefit from it.
Thank you. I hope today's discussion helped you understand both the benefits and challenge of the free nutrition meal program.
And thank you to all of our listeners for listening to our podcast Under the End. Don't forget to look for information from reliable sources and think critically about every public policy. See you in the next episode. Thank you and goodbye.